Thank you, Taylor. Welcome to Auburn. After Mississippi State's conference losing streak turned into an NFL quarterback, but still getting his feet wet at this level. To the perimeter, and Kendrick Law. And Cole, that's exactly
overload front to the right side of the line.
Boley, pressure from the blind side, and he escapes it and steps up in the championships of Buford High School in suburban Atlanta. He dreamed of playing in the SEC, but had to go out west to make it work. And finally, as a result, he's still developing as a passer. That one on the edge to Cam Coleman, battling through an ankle injury. Nasir Daniels, the starter for this one. He told us he could very easily go to Arnold at any time. Jump ball on the sideline is incomplete. In the this evening, 3rd down 8. Pressure. Daniels with a pump fake. Cuts it back in. Boley, play action. Lets it go deep. It is overthrown and nearly game against Tennessee on only 2 catches last week. Dante Dowdell is now in a running back, and they are trucking dudes over the right side. Saw 3 picks, a fumble recovery, and one of those picks went for 6. Another long one from Boley, and that is out of bounds wide of DJ. From a health standpoint, went just 1 for 4. He bounced back in a big way against Arkansas. And so when Hugh Freeze talked to camp with the Tigers, on 2nd down, tried to thread the needle, incomplete. Off the hands of Coleman.
Gotta have it. It's one of the things you
3 seasons at Oregon. Boley pulls it back and created some magic. It's a 1st down run for the freshman. Just went for a down to close the 1st quarter, and they converge on Kendrick Law, who somehow gets through. Law is able to scramble up the side. Josh Caddis in motion. Movement on the right side, and then Boley mishandled the handoff. It results in a loss of yards. Faced with a 2nd and 15 now. McGowan full head of steam, and he cuts back against the grain. He's found success. McGowan again, bottled up, picked up a couple. Xavier Atkins there before making the move here to Auburn. Boley backtracks and throws wide of his height. And he splits the other. That event last year is something special. Ashton Daniels first start as a Tiger, and he gets swallowed up and dropped. When we were here a couple of weeks ago from Missouri, a quarterback draw, and he's taken down. The 3rd and 19. Daniels overthrows. Jeremiah was keep your head up. Things are going to go well. You're just learning the game. Boley threw a pick 6 against Florida last year.
Pretty cool to hear Bush talk about it that way.
It was a devastating start against South Carolina. Turned it over on 3 straight possessions, and basically McGowan takes a direct snap. Little nod to JoJo Kenny. Time on the play clock. Pressure from the right side. McGowan trying to find the edge on the left. Gets tripped up, but no gain. 3-man rush. Boley with a spy on him, goes over the middle to the other tight end. This is Josh. It's Law in motion. A lot of window dressing. Boley incomplete.
It's been at center.
42nd start for the Cats on that O-line. Swing out to McGowan, and he stepped out of bounds. Auburn drops 8 with a spy again. Boley floats one on a crossing route. Nothing doing for DJ Miller.
On the football, maybe gets away from where the fundamentals would ask it to be.
They're going to turn to the ground game, and this is a power 2. Here's what he can do really well. And he keeps it at plus territory for the first time tonight. Cobb has been bottled up. He gets to a 1/3 of his normal production tonight. Daniels sheds one would-be tackler, has room to run. The pump fake will get him a little bit more space. And 3 opportunities to stop the clock if they can pick up a 1st down. Daniels sacked. Kentucky take.
They're going to go on 1, correct? Yeah. So
Boley has it batted down at the line of scrimmage by Arkansas. Here's Cobb.
To the well on that counter play.
On 3rd and short. Whip to the outside. And And he punches it through to not interception in 5 consecutive games. It's tied for the most in the FBS. Here's Cameron Miller, one of a handful of scholarship players banged up. This guy's back and healthy, and he's running like it. And so Caddis in motion. They're going to run it left side. McGowan trying to be patient. And that just gave Auburn more time so far tonight for 48 yards on 7 completions. Pulled it back, then spin it out. 3rd down this evening. Auburn shows pressure. Bully lets it go right at the stick for a first down a week ago. Corner blitz coming. And able to come in and make the tackle on Dante Dowdell.
Decide who's going to drop, who's going to rush.
Bully floats one down the sideline and is caught. They're only having 4 previously all year. McGowan trying to find the edge. Turns the corner. And he springs Law on the screen. And Law takes it across the goal line. Our first touchdown of the night.
Out in front, and Rodriguez comes across the outside, gets just enough of Jay Cross.
Drive for Kentucky coming out of the half.
5 minutes by himself getting ready to come back.
They leaned on Jeremiah Cobb to close the half, and Cobb turned the corner. So they try it to the left side now. I think Cobb gets taken down there. That we put that on the quarterback, but that's a position. Corner blitz, and he finds the tight end Brandon Frazier, who falls in. They load it up, spit Cobb out, and Daniels takes it for a first down. Here's Cobb. Folded up at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and long. Daniels pulls it down, goes right up the gut of the defense, and with his legs, he picks up it. Take that off the board on 2nd and short. First down run straight ahead. Jeremiah Cobb, the Montgomery. Big David Goose in front of him now. Ashton Daniels looking for some daylight. And it's a
Fair point. I'll give you my thoughts after this play.
Cutter Boley hands it off. And a hard to the slant. And that's good for a first down. If you look at the trend for Louisville over Thanksgiving weekend, McGowan picks up a 1.5 yards.
Well, that's the danger.
7 for Cutter Boley. Auburn brings 5. Boley delivers. Good for the first down.
It's Gilmore late. Nice catch by Gilmore in traffic.
Be the final play of the quarter. It's Dante Dowdell. Pulls it back. Looking for something to come open. Going the wrong way. And he gets rid of it, incomplete. The 8th play of the drive for Kentucky as Cats look for their first conference win of the season and a crushing. Boley pulls it back and walks right into trouble. Amaris Williams with. They bring 4 over the middle to Kendrick Law. Into Auburn territory, but benched in favor of Michael Hawkins Jr. and threw for 225 and a pair of touchdowns. But this is where Auburn thrives. It's the running game. And just hasn't been able to push the ball downfield when he's been on the field. Long throw to the flat, and Cam. It's Mabson again. All right, thanks, Dari. Cutter Boley going to work, and he delivers it on time, fitting it into his tight end, Josh Caddis. Caddis' dad, Eric, was a top game that Mark Stoops made his money on early in his Kentucky career. Here's Law turning it upfield. Doing his best, Lynn Bowden, but trying to shorten the game.
Yep.
Punch you in the mouth.
Oh, it's a lot of value for that Kentucky staff.
On 2nd and 5 to the slant, incomplete. And that was draping coverage on Cameron Miller by Rayon Strader.
The Wildcats.
Auburn brings 4 near side. That's good for the first down to Cameron Miller. Bush Hamden told us this week we want to get Miller on the field and more touches. Everybody's coming. Boley taken down. Second sack of the night for Auburn. And it comes at the perfect time.
Play call here.
Kentucky brings pressure. Arnold goes down again. Another sack for the Cats. Brad White and the Kentucky offense back to work. He's been efficient in the second half. And that Kentucky offensive line paving the way for Seth McGowan on first down. Going to bleed the play clock all the way down under 5. He wants to throw. Adjusts, puts a dunk up. It is intercepted. Taken away by Auburn. Still on his feet past the 50. There is Daniels, 8 of 16 for 59 yards. He started this game. And he's able to check it down to Omar Mabson, who picks up 12 and a first down.
That's how I could potentially make some sense out of this move.
4-man rush. Daniels to the slant. And Perry Thompson brought down short. Auburn has 1 timeout remaining. Daniels hands it off. They'll pick up the first down and stop the clock for a moment on the run by Mabson. 2 plays ago when Ashton Daniels fired it out of bounds. Mark Stoops wanted. 4-man rush again. Daniels double pumps, trying to scramble and gets dropped at the 40-yard line by Tavian Gadsden. Timeout taken. Ashton Daniels known for his poise late. Here comes pressure. Steps up, fires complete. There's a first down right at the marker for Cam Coleman. Kentucky said the ball came loose. 5 in the league this year. Daniels down the seam, complete for a first down to the 35-yard line to Preston Howard. Circle in its pocket. 3rd and 10. First start for Ashton Daniels. They bring the house again, and he's taken down. 7th sack of the night for Kentucky. Sam Green with the interception, and Mark Stoops in Kentucky come on the road and get a 10-3 win. First league win of the season for the Cats. First win since their upset in Oxford last September. It ends a 10-game losing streak in the league.